As the world embarks on an unprecedented campaign to bring vaccines to millions, often in remote locations, vital lessons can be learnt from the Democratic Republic of Congo. In 2018, during an outbreak of Ebola, health officials here needed to deploy an experimental vaccine that had to be kept at between -60 and -80 degrees Celsius. They did that with the Arctech device, effectively a giant thermos that can be filled with vaccines and special ice packs. Global Health Labs, which helped design Arctech, is currently retuning the device for use with dry ice so that each unit could keep up to 1,500 doses of Pfizer-BioNTech's vaccine frozen for several weeks. GHL's Daniel Lieberman.
If we're dealing with cryogenic vaccines like the Pfizer one currently requires -80, we can put dry ice in the Arctech and use it for that. If somebody would like to use the Moderna vaccine, you can get a phase change material at -20, and you can store the Moderna vaccine.
Africa has so far been spared the worst of the pandemic, but a second wave of infections is currently hitting West and Central Africa. Experts warn cooler weather could make it worse, focusing minds on vaccination. Between 2018 and 2020, health workers inoculated more than 400,000 people against Ebola, lugging vials colder than an Antarctic winter through equatorial forests. When cars could not pass the mud-clogged roads, they drove motorbikes. If water was the only option, canoes. But remote locations were not the only problem, as Toure Alassane, a vaccine expert at the World Health Organization, explains.
For example, in Africa, they used to say that we just used to make the vaccine to exterminate the African people, or the vaccine will make the men weaken, or it will make the women infertile.
He says that a communication strategy needs to be in place before the vaccines are distributed. Without public trust, advances in cold chain technology may do little to save lives.